Welcome aboard, passengers. We're in Marseille today for a little video. I hope you're doing well. I've had tons of comments, messages, texts, all sorts of different things from people asking me how to control and how to set up the TGV. Now, DTG and Matt have done a really good job with a training scenario, a training session on the game, but sometimes you just want to know the exact point, and you just want to skip to it to remind yourself how to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into here, go through this door right here. Okay, so this is the cab. Now it's silent. Now this is different to how it usually would in the timetable. In the timetable, the battery is on, but I've switched it off for this video. So what we do is we open this up. Okay, now I'm going to switch these on, so just ignore the low passengers unlock, things like that. But we need to press and hold the auxiliary power for 5 seconds for it to then start doing something. Can you hear now? Okay, oh actually I'll keep that open. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down here. So here is our brake section. Here's our windscreen wipers, speed here, power, etc. But what we're going to do is we're going to do the master switch. Okay. All right. So we can see that at the moment we're on, I believe this is the battery power icon, but ignore me if it isn't. The thing is that this is not talking about exactly what each point is called. I'm just trying to show you how to set it up to make it easier for you. So we need to go here. So you've got the pantograph and you've got those pantograph bits here. But first we need to switch on the circuit breaker. Okay, so the circuit breaker is on there. When you're in Marseille, so Marseille to the tunnel, you're on C, which is DC. And then we need to go to LGV. If you're going from Avignon to Marseille, it's after aix-en-provence that you would flick from LGV to DC. So what we're going to do is we're going to raise that pantograph. And what we need to do is we need to wait for this green light. This green light says that the power has been tested and it works, and that is the right power that you should be using. So what we'll then do is come on, let's rearm that, and that is now on. Actually, that is probably a power thing. Anyway, so we know that we're definitely on. Okay, that is how to set the power. Okay, the next point we can go to our reverser and put forward. So you can start hearing the motors coming into action. And then we've got our driving mode here. So we've got couple and uncouple, which we would hardly ever use. We've got manual control, which is just power and brake. And then we've got selector speed, which is cruise control. If you want to change the cruise control, you come over here to this speed selector here, and it will adjust it here. Actually, whilst we do that, let's switch on the gauge light so we can see it a bit better. So there's your cruise control. Remember, if you've got your keyboard plugged in, you can adjust it by pressing the R and F buttons. I haven't even plugged my keyboard in. I should have plugged that in. So let me just plug that in. So here we go. So R and F to reduce and increase that. Okay. Now, there is a point where you can do the brake test. What we're going to do is we're going to do that now. So before we do, let's just open those doors. To do the brake test, it isn't required. It's just some extra fun to do, that they do in real life. So we brake hold, yeah? We're going to brake neutral. So you see that the blue light is on. Emergency brake. Emergency brake off. So we check the emergency brake works. That goes on there. Wrong one. And then what we can do is we can then go to 5. And bar 5 releases the brakes. Then what we'll do is we'll go to 4 just to check that that works, then back to 5. Yep, brakes work perfectly fine. So now we can switch that off and we can see that the brake holder has been taken off. But what we'll do is we'll stick some brake on because the electric brake on this is in effect, but as soon as you stop, there is nothing holding it. So it's good to put a bit of brake on when you are at the station. Okay. Now this is annoying, this button here. So what you can do is you can press the circle button on the controller, or the B button. Is B, the one on the right, or you can press Q on the keyboard. Once that's lit, you can then clear the light and that's gone. Now there are safety features on here which are quite easy to deal with. So what we can do is we can go to here, which is the TVM, and that's in down, so you go to the up position. We've got KVB into normal and VACMA into normal, and we can close that door. The safety features are really easy to use, especially when you've got your speed limits here. You're just not allowed to go like 5 to 10 kilometers over, or it will emergency brake. And then our VACMA, which is kind of like our AWS, our CIFA, it just ding-ling-lings every now and again at you. So what we're going to do is we're going to close these doors. So what I've done is I've pressed the right D-pad. Now here is the other place you can do it. Okay, so there's the close, there's the open left, there's the open right. Now our director, our train guard, has let us know that we are ready to go. So what we can do is we can release our brakes. Again, you can use this lever here or press the LB or L1 on your controller, and then just accelerate. Just accelerate. No, I didn't do it, did I? Let's go back to manual control. See, I'm getting it wrong. There we go. It's because I had it on cruise control. Now, one thing to mention with that cruise control, I know I'm just going to keep calling it cruise control. You need to go to 0 to be able to flick over to selected speed, and then you can go to your speed selector and then go full pelt. So full power, and what will happen is the train will then adjust its speed accordingly, its power accordingly to keep to the speed. Now there is an electric brake, so you can see on the bottom right you've got the blue bit. It will go yellow when it's in the brake, but just be aware that when you are going downhill at 320 kilometers an hour, the electric brake isn't great. So you may need to give yourself a bit of the air brake, which is this one, here. I would suggest going to maybe 4. As soon as you kind of go down to 3, you start wheel slipping because it's too much and the wheels lock. So just be aware of that. Okay. Now here there is a 00, which does mean that we are on the old system at the moment. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I don't understand it fully, but just be aware that you've got the speed limits here from Marseille up to the changeover, and then you're able to flick over. And here's the VACMA, so we can press circle or Q to stop that. So that just does it every now and again, which is quite nice to have, But yeah, the safety systems are really easy on here. I do like them. A lot easier than PZB and LZB on here. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to flick the video over to the power changeover point so you can have a look at that as well. So what we'll do, I will speed up and then I will come back to you once we're ready for that. And what I'll do is I'll wait for this 60 point. There we go. We'll go to the 60 point. We'll have a look outside. One thing I forgot to mention though is you do have your reduced brightness or your normal brightness. Lights are automatic, but there is the desk light, and also you've got the cab light here. Okay, corridor right and left, so that is these corridors here. It's good to have a bit of light in the cab, especially when you're doing the power changeover, because it's going to be pitch black. But yeah, we'll meet you on the power changeover and go from there. So we are slowly coming towards the power changeover. So what we need to do is we do need to go into neutral when we are in this. So neutral is in your power. So yeah, we're literally coming up to it now. So what we need to do is we need to come down to here, and we need to flick our circuit breaker off and on, and we need to lower our pantograph. So again, we're in Marseille, so we're on the DC setting, so we need to flick over to our LGV setting and then literally put the pantograph back up. The green mode is there, but it's good to wait until we get to this point. So we should be on the LGV track now, and this is where that sign, the REV. So now we just go onto here and rearm, and that's it. It's as simple as that. So going through it one more time, what you would do is you would press this twice, the off and on for the circuit breaker. You go to the lower arm, and then flick it to LGV or DC, and then N, which is raise it again, and then wait for the green light, which is here, and then rearm that circuit breaker, and then you'll get full power. Just be aware that there is a bug at the moment, which I saw last night on Sam's video on DTG, that he did put it onto this M function, AC. I think it's AC, but anyway, he put it onto M, and he was driving fine, and then he derailed. So I do think that it's a bug that's allowing them to be powered by that, which it shouldn't, because it should be MC or LGV, and it shouldn't have powered him. And maybe the pantographs have just got a little caught in the overhead wires and caused that derailment going at this speed. There's our VACMA again. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, in terms of getting this set up. I forgot to mention, we do have our gauge lights here, we do have our panels left and right, and we do have a nice climate control as well. And oh yes, that was it. We've got one more, which was our wipers. So we've got our wipers here. We can put it at 10 and then literally just switch it on, and it will do it at an interval of 10, and then I can even put it at 60, and it will just constantly go. So what we'll do is we'll wait till we get out of the tunnel so we can have a look at that. But yeah, this train does look really good. Hopefully you're going to enjoy this. If you bought it, amazing. If you're going to buy it, just have a look at some of the other videos that we have done to make your mind up with this. Not sure where that tunnel went. It went somewhere, but yeah, this is a pretty long tunnel. I don't know why I can't remember this tunnel from before. And we are speeding now. There I am, trying to show you how to use the system, and yeah, I am speeding. So here we go. So yeah, just have to wait for the train to fully come out, and then you can see the train. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Social media links are in the description below. We'll see you on the next video. This is Megasim out of here. See you later, guys. Bye bye.